Hello, I'm Magnolia McComish, the town's communications coordinator, and today I'm joined on What's Cooking in Town by Chad Deschamps, our systems analyst. Chad, can you tell us a little bit about what the work you're doing for online services? And I hear you're doing a lot with Parks and Recreation and registration. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so last year we actually launched our online registration program for all the Parks and Rec's various summer programs, the camp and tennis and golf. It's been really successful. I've heard from a lot of people that they didn't have to take a day off of work to come in and stand around in the town hall basement to hopefully get their kid into a class. As soon as it hits May 1st, 10 a.m. and it turns on, they're ready to go. It's been great.
Yeah, and I know they have programs. They've got the tennis program, the theater program, the summer camps. So that's been really great for people to be able to access that. And it's online. It's under the Parks and Rec page on the town website. And there's a little button right there to click, and it'll bring you right to the sign up. And once you sign up, you only have to do it once. And each year when you come back to sign your kid up again, your information's already there, right?
Absolutely.
That's great. Anything else going on that's becoming easier online for residents?
I've touched every office at least a little bit. The clerk's office has been great, so now you can get your birth certificates, death certificates, marriage certificates. You can request all those right online, so you don't actually have to come into the town hall. We'll mail it to you. You can pick it up if you want, but it's really making it easier for people if they don't want to have to come in.
That's great, especially with town hall hours being a lot of people's working hours.
Yeah, definitely.
So Chad, what's cooking in town today?
Well, smashburgers, which could be my favorite food on earth, I think. This is a little bit of a recent thing for me. Big hamburger guy in general, but the smashburger is it's so easy to do, it takes no time, and it's delicious.
All right, so let's get into it. What's first?
All right, so we have all of our things laid out nicely here.
So can you tell us a little bit about what the ingredients are and how to prepare them?
So smashburgers are really simple, and that's by nature. So you're gonna do small, I like to say like 2-ounce balls of meat, 2 of those per burger. So you end up with it's in my opinion just the right size. Traditionally, you would use onions to smash into the meat. I'm not a big onion guy, but this is a cooking show, so that's what we're doing. Throw a little bit of cheese on there, and one of the most important things, the roll. The Martin's potato roll is my weapon of choice for smash burgers. I'm not even a big potato bread guy, but it just works and it's perfect, so I wouldn't have anything else.
Well, I guess we have to start by toasting our buns.
Let's toast some buns. Can you grab a plate? I want to make sure we're ready to go here. So, what I like to do, I've experimented with buttering the buns or just buttering the griddle. You can kind of go either way. In this case, I'm just going to butter up the griddle just because.
So can you talk to us a little bit about our cooking surface and what we're using for this?
Yeah, so ideally you want some kind of flat surface. In this case, I have a cast iron griddle, and it's got to be, at least when you get to the burgers, it should be like real hot.
And this might go without saying, this wouldn't work on a traditional grill.
No, you can't. You cannot smash on a regular outdoor gas grill. Not great.
Yeah.
Outdoor Blackstone, if you happen to have one of those, that's perfect. All right, so we got some butter going. Just put that in there. Oh, that sounds great. That's exactly what I'm looking for. All right, so we'll give that a second.
So if you don't want to make your own burger, I hear you can go to the bucket, and it's running more efficiently than ever.
Yes, I have been involved in that as well. Prior to last summer, they did everything on paper there. Everything was by hand, and we made the decision to try to modernize the bucket. Oh, so that's glorious.
So yeah, it's important to have your cooktop really hot for this to go well.
Yeah, the smash burgers work on a scientific principle called the Maillard reaction. So you want your meat to be as fatty as possible, and you introduce the fat meat with the heat, and it just creates this glorious brown crust. It is delicious.
Is that what they do at the bucket? So I hear you like
That
those
isn't
burgers
no.
too.
So the bucket doesn't dabble with the smash burgers. Logistically, it would be tough. But yeah, so we modernized that. We went to an electronic point of sale system there. It's great. It's been great. It's been working great. The staff has really taken to it. In a lot of cases, they already work somewhere else. They use something like that. So it's been like we've hit the ground running with that.
Great. All right. So the first burger we're gonna do no onion, and then the next we'll do with onion.
I'm not a big onion guy, so I'm gonna knock mine out, and then we're gonna get down to the real deal here. All right. Oh, also key ingredient: a sturdy spatula. I hope this is hot enough. Oh yeah, that sounds good. So we'll do a little smash. Turn it. So we'll use this guy. Another one. There we go. All right, so these cook very quickly. So a rule of thumb is basically once you see the browns start to come through, because they're super thin, give it a flip, and kind of up to your own taste, but I like to do like another 30 seconds or so. That way it's cooked all the way through, and then that's it.
All right, and it looks like the breakage on that first one isn't gonna impact the flavor, but at what point are we gonna start to season?
Oh, good point. So we'll throw a little salt on there. You don't want to salt the meat beforehand because it starts to break down the fat too much.
And you don't want to pepper now either because the surface is so hot the pepper will start to burn by the time.
Yeah, the pepper will burn and it just tastes kind of nasty, and I'm not a fan. So.
But yeah, you can see that crust right here that Chad was telling us about.
All right, so at this point these are almost done. So I'll throw a little pepper. Let's plate this bad boy. Okay. All right. And it's not the best looking one I've ever made, but it's going to be delicious. All right, so let's put that over there. All right, so now let's do the real one. So we got our onions ready to go. Let's give this a second to get a little heat back in it. So we're gonna throw the onions down first just to get those cooked a little bit, and then we're gonna smash the meat into it.
And yeah, the onions should be cut really finely so that way they're able to cook quickly. So that way when the meat smashes into it, you're not biting into too much raw onion.
Yeah, the overall cook time is really low, so you want to give them a little warm up, and then should be good. Onions.
Time to smash.
Let's get a little smash.
So can you tell us a little about the spatula you're using?
Yeah, so like I said, you want a really sturdy spatula to get your smash going, and also one that doesn't have holes in it, which is the mistake I made the first time I tried this. This one I just got this one on Amazon. It's really sturdy, it's really heavy, and it's like a good size for this. Great for pancakes too. There we
That
go.
one looks good.
Glorious. All right, so we'll give that a minute. What I like to do with the cheese usually is once I get to the point where I'm flipping it, I immediately put the cheese on, and then it's done basically when the cheese is at whatever meltiness you like. All right, we'll give that a flip. Oh, perfect. Perfect.
So, what is on the horizon in the systems analyst office?
I usually have quite a long list of projects for the future. One of the next things that we're looking to get online and try to give people an option to not have to go out of their way so much is dump stickers with the DPW. So currently you have to go down to the office. Hopefully I'll be able to get it to where you can just register online and maybe even that day show up and dump. I think that would be, that's probably the most like outward facing and helpful thing. I think that's like at the top of my list.
And I know you have the project where there's a lot of documents being scanned in to be available online. I know that's slow moving, but still important and making progress.
Yeah, so we have some part-time scanners. They're going through. They're in the building department right now. They're about halfway done. So currently, you can go onto our website and under How Do I, there's a property record search, and there you can go and look up your property and any historical like building permits or just any records related to your property that you maybe came into the town hall before and asked about. You can get that stuff right online now, and we'll slowly expand our way out to like other departments and stuff. Like I said, we're doing building right now, but we're gonna do like historical and planning, zoning, conservation. Anybody that has, we're gonna try to eliminate the sea of filing cabinets we have at the town hall. So
Yeah, here you are.
what
I will take a little mayo.
mayo? There you go. Ketchup. Let me turn this off so we can breathe.
And if you could pass the butter knife, I'll hand that back over.
There you go. Do you go ketchup or just mayo? Just mayo. All right.
Leave that on there.
Let's give these a try.
Really good.
That's good. Might even be able to hear the crunch.
Really good.
All right.
A little messy.
Yeah, that's the other thing. They usually finish really juicy, so be prepared for that. But it's delicious.
All right. Well, thank you for being here today, Chad, and making these burgers with me.
Thank you for having me.
It's been exciting to hear about what you do. I think it's a forward-facing job, but you're not always the face of it, so I'm glad to have you here to talk about the important work you're doing in town.
Thanks a lot.
Of course.